Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. So on the XRP chart, we are still tracking this move to the upside here in the yellow scenario. Not much change today, but XRP broke to new all-time high territory. It's since pulled back a little bit, so we're just fighting with this previous high. I showed that earlier today on the long-term chart. Don't really want to go into or talk about the long-term chart in depth because we did that earlier today, but when we look at the microstructures here, then you can see that, the bigger picture, you still see that the market broke slightly above the 2017, 2018 high at around 330, 328, I think, on some exchanges. That's exactly where we are now. So there is no sustained break into all-time high territory, but as I record this video, Bitcoin is pushing higher. Again, I explained in the Bitcoin video what we're watching for anyway. So also XRP is positively influenced, even though XRP kind of moves a little bit on its own. But yeah, that's the idea. I mean, that we still go higher. I just wanted to remind you that the next Fibonacci levels are around $4.20 and then $5. Surely there might be some minor ones, some smaller ones in between, but the ones that I'm tracking here, $4.20, $5. The first one is the 200% extension of the initial 1-2 setup here. That's one way of tracking it. And another one is the 100% extension of the larger A-B pattern. These are typically quite strong extensions. The 4.19 level less so, the $5 level more relevant. Okay, now back to the smaller time frame. Just some reassurance that the uptrend here is, of course, still unfolding, not broken. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? The trend is up. And the trend throughout this sideways price action, sideways region, I've been highlighting to you that the key level is constant. It was constantly like the 195, 196 level. I mean, that level is holding. Haven't broken it. It held, and then the price formed higher lows and lower highs, essentially just confirming the overall bullish thesis here, because the market was consolidating above the 2021 high. The price broke out here, and we observed several triangle breakouts on the way higher, obviously, and I communicated to you constantly here that typically when a triangle breaks, it's quite a rapid move. Now, we were tracking a triangle here as well, not necessarily with super accurate trend lines, even though they look pretty good actually. Not necessarily with that, but based on an Elliott wave pattern, lower highs and higher lows, of course, right? So that is essentially what we are tracking here. And the idea is that the triangle broke out. We have a pretty fast advance, not like parabolic, at least not yet. Support remains between 252 and 294. That's not a target. It's only the current risk area. I mean, that's just a standard Fibonacci support zone. Okay, so that means, okay, if we dip into that area, it might be another opportunity. There might be a dip before we break out. Can't guarantee that. There's certainly no guaranteed pullback. There's certainly no confirmed pullback either. But what we can say is that the bottom line is, the main takeaway is that the trend is still up. The trend is going to be up against 252, and it takes a break below that 230 level down here, or 232 level, the Monday, the 13th of January low, to suggest that something is breaking. Below 252, we already have a first warning. And there is some structural support here around 270, but below 252, we have a first warning. And below that 230 level, I mean, that's an invalidation point. Below that level, there is this 1-2 setup is going to be invalidated, that we're tracking. Now, I can't really give you any other targets than the ones I already gave you until I get a bit of a deeper pullback in this wave 2, because then we can calculate a target for a third wave. Now, wave 2s can be shallow, they can be weak, obviously. But this here is just, these micro patterns, they are just too small to rely on them. So I highlighted to you, for me, minimum expectations for a 5-wave move up are fulfilled. Absolutely. But we need a little bit more action here to come up with a reliable micro count. For now, the focus is on higher against 252. Pullbacks can be opportunities. There might be a pullback before we actually break out. That's the update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button. leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.